Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Budgets. If you are new here, welcome. So for today's video, finally I'm uploading back on Thursdays. I will be doing my cash stuffing for the next week of June. So that's the second week of June that I'll be doing my cash stuffing. If you do like this type of content of budgeting, please consider hitting the subscribe button, clicking on the like, and leaving any comments below. Okay, so I do have a friend that also follows me on YouTube and also TikTok. I forgot to mention before that I do now have a TikTok account, okay. And basically this close friend of mine was like, I've never seen anyone have this type of content on TikTok, so she was like egging me to do it, and I finally did it. So thanks for her advice, Anise. If you are watching, this is your fault, but now I have a TikTok account. Yeah, so let's just get right into the cash stuffing. Okay, so I did have a lot of issues before with going to the bank on a weekly basis. I always felt like that when I took out my money and I had to go and change it at the teller, they, I have this feeling that they were always trying to question what I'm doing with this money and all of that. So what I did decide to do this time around, when I got my salary on the 30th, I went to the bank the next day after I got my salary. I decided to just take out the money that I wanted to use for the full month, and then change the money directly. So for me to avoid confusion, I then just divided up the amounts into each of these envelopes. So for example, I have the 4 weeks already divided into these envelopes at the back, and then I have my groceries in this envelope here. So I know exactly where to go whenever I need to stuff for the following week. All right, so let me take out my budget book. I actually forgot how much I'm gonna be stuffing for the next week. Okay, so the amount should be 325 ringgit, but I did leave out 50 ringgit, which is for pet supplies and also work expenses. So it's supposed to be 325 plus 50, which means it's 375 ringgit. So I've got to update this. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to the bottom. Oh, and by the way, I have already ordered a new microphone because my old one did break. When I was actually setting it up, the phone fell and the attachment to the microphone broke as it fell on the floor. So yeah, unfortunately that had to happen. So I ordered a new one. I was really happy with that one specifically, so I think the sound of that was also quite good, so I actually ordered just the same one. Okay, so I won't be stuffing my groceries for this week yet, to be honest. So I haven't even used this week's allocation yet because I still have food in the fridge that I have already bought, and yeah, it's just too much. So I don't think that I'll be using this week's allocation except for the bare basics such as water, bread, and eggs probably. So yeah, so I'm not gonna stuff that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the second week allocation. So I'm supposed to have 325, and then I will need to add the 50 ringgit for work expenses and pet supplies. I don't remember if I already put that in here, so let's go ahead and count. So hold on, let me just check to see. Okay, I knew I left a 50 inside, so we now have a 50, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230, 240, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, and 25. Okay, so I knew that was gonna happen, and I usually do take out extras just in case. So I'm gonna take out 50 from here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that should cover for pet supplies and work expenses. All right. So let me just put the money in the tray. Oops. So sometimes, because I know that I don't have a mic, I do tend to like scream a little bit harder than I usually would talk. So, you know, there was a video I think before this, I think when I was introducing the new binders, I was actually talking a little bit higher than I normally would. So if that annoyed you guys, I'm sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna go direct into my savings and emergency binder first. Okay, so in emergencies we will be stuffing 50 ringgit. So now in emergencies we have 500 in the bank, 650, 700, and 720 ringgit. In savings, we will be cash stuffing 30 as per usual, so it's getting a 20 and a 10. So now in savings there is 100, 200, 350, 70, 90, 410, 430, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 20, 30, and 40. So 540 ringgit in savings. Recovery is gonna get a 10 ringgit, and now in recovery we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, and 30. Okay. I guess sometimes it's gonna be torn, but this money is definitely directly from the bank. So if they're gonna tell me that, you know, it's not usable, whatever, well, they're wrong about that. All right, so my envelope will be getting a 10 as well. So now I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, and 30 ringgit. Alright, so next is the 15 ringgit challenge. So in the 15 ringgit challenge, it's gonna get its usual 10 and 15 ringgit note. So now in the 15 ringgit challenge, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So 270 ringgit. Moving on to the 25 ringgit challenge. So that's gonna get its 20 and a 5. So now in the 25 ringgit challenge, we have 150, 70, 90, 210, 230, 50, 70, 90, 310, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So 450 in the 25 ringgit challenge. Whoopsie. Okay. Alright, so next up is the 30 ringgit challenge. So that's gonna get its normal 20 and 10 ringgit note. So now in the 30 ringgit challenge, we have 150, 200, 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350, 70, 90, 410, 430, 450, 470, 70, 490, 510, 520, 30, and 40. So 540 ringgit in the 30 ringgit challenge. These small amounts add up, guys, like really. All right, so 1 week extra is gonna get 10 ringgit. So now in 1 week extra, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 105. Okay, and home emergencies is also gonna get 10 ringgit. So in home emergencies, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and 85 ringgit. Alright, so that's done for the savings and emergency binder. And next up is my sinking funds. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the 5K challenge, and for next week the 5K challenge is getting 75 ringgit. Okay, so that's gonna be a 50, a 20, and a 5. Okay, so in the 5K challenge, we have 500 in the bank, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,050, 1,100, 1,125 ringgit. I actually have an idea what I want to do with this 5K challenge, and once I've completed it, I will let you guys know. Okay, so for the 5 weekly challenge, this week it's gonna get 60 ringgit. So for the 5 weekly challenge, we now have 100, 200, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Wow, that was fast. 390. Okay, cool. Oh, and if you guys that are new are wondering how this works, is I started off with 5 ringgit and then I increased it every week, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, so it increases by 5 ringgit every week. Yeah, so now I'm at 60 ringgit. All right, okay, so I'm not gonna stuff everything. I'm putting the others on hold because they're not high priority at the moment. So work expenses is gonna get 20, and I'm not doing any unstuffing yet because I'm only gonna go to the office tomorrow, which is Friday, hopefully, if nothing stops me from going. So now in work expenses we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, sorry, 65, 70, 35, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 101, and 102 ringgit. And the next and last one that I'm stuffing is pet supplies. And and this week it's gonna get 30, which is the last 3 tens. So now in pet supplies there is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100. And I should be unstuffing this, to be honest, because I did go last, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, I think I went to the groceries, to the pet shop on Sunday, and I did buy their new sand, but I just don't remember how much I paid for it. So I'm just gonna go and check and then do my unstuffing for this, but I'll probably do that next week, so we'll see. All right, so that's it. That's done for my sinking funds and my savings and emergencies for the second week of June. So I know I don't have the dates for that, but I'm putting that up on the screen for you guys to refer to. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you are also inspired to do this budgeting system. All right guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.